Hello all. Here in San Francisco, drippy, wet, and foggy. But yesterday it was boiling hot, humid, like a sauna. I guess it's the humidity left over from the Hurricane Hillary. But what I wanted to tell you today, before we go up and do a video, is some bad news. The Fukushima water release has begun. It started today, and they're releasing billions and billions of tons of radioactive water into the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, for decades and decades, they say. And so my advice is don't swim or eat anything out of the oceans. It won't be long before the radioactivity will be in all the oceans, because they all are connected by currents and that sort of thing. So take my advice and don't eat any fish any longer, because fish is full of mercury and now full of radiation. And it'd just be a good habit not to eat fish. Let's go on up into the wet, drippy forest and do a video. All right, lots of people around this morning. Lots of dripping and wet, and lots of leaf blowing going on this morning. So that's the one problem with all the open space. Yeah, we got more people coming. Hang on a minute. With the open space here in San Francisco, is you're never too far away from endless amounts of mechanical noise. So I've got this new microphone which is directional, so hopefully it won't pick up too much of the noise. Sometimes the noise is just overpowering. Alright, on with the video. The oil companies will never change on their own. The top oil giants have no serious plans to curb emissions. Oil giants fed, well, hang on a minute, more people. Well, hopefully this will work. So many people out today, it's hard to get a video in. Top oil giants have no severe plans to curb emissions. Oil giants feed us greenwashing garbage. A new group of scientists have done an analysis of the activity of 12 major oil and fossil fuel giants, shows that the companies are misleading the public about their emissions reduction commitments while raking in record profits from fossil fuels. Who would have thought of that? That they had no plans to actually fulfill their obligations that they said they would. The results indicate in 2022 close to 93% of the oil giants' investments on average went to keeping companies on the fossil fuel and gas path, while just 7.3% were aimed at promoting low-carbon solutions and sustainability production. Shell reported a small renewable capacity of 6.4 gigawatts for 2022 for the financial year. So in other words, all these giant corporations, they greenwash you, saying that they're trying to change over to renewables, when in reality it's just the opposite. They put a little bit here and there just to greenwash us. But the people that follow this stuff know this. As U.S. President Biden revives offshore safety rules that the former President Trump repealed, the newly reinstated rules will be reinstated, and this is what the rules say. Real-time monitoring of drilling operations will have to be done. The third-party certification of emergency devices will have to be written down. Increased strength requiring for blowout prevention devices, so those will have to be upgraded to the way they were before Trump came in. The reporting of failure data on blowout prevention to the government. So when Trump came in, they said, oh, you don't have to report any of the blowouts or the oil spills. Just don't worry about it. Now they have to report it to the government. Investigations into failures that start within 90 days of an accident. So they have 90 days to report an accident now. Whereas during the Trump era, they didn't have to report anything, and we have no idea how much oil and gas was spilled during his 4 years in office. It's another reason we just don't want Republicans in office. They don't. So here's an interesting thing. A poll was taken with over 1,000 Republicans. And do you know how many people said that they believe in climate change? None. They all said there's no such thing as climate change. That's because of the brainwashing of Republicans. They brainwash you into thinking there's no such thing as climate change, and they won't see it no matter what kind of conditions the Earth will be. They'll have some other reasons, Biden's fault, or laptop is fault, or something like that, but it will never be because of humans putting carbon dioxide into the air and causing huge amounts of greenhouse gas emissions like methane and other. They just won't admit it because it's easier just to ignore it, and that way you don't have to change your behaviors whatsoever. And it gives them something more to hate on Biden and the Democrats for. Now, I am not a Democratic follower or a Biden follower, but they're a far better choice than any Republican out there. The Republicans are just so fascist right now and so horrible, and all of their candidates for running for president are just terrible, just anti-human, anti-planet, anti-animals. They only care about themselves, and everything else can go right to hell. And whoever doesn't vote for them can go right to hell. Well, it looks like I've hit another button somewhere, and I've got another message on the screen telling me something's on that I didn't put on. Oh well, that's typical of the camera situation, isn't it? Too many buttons, you accidentally always push one. All right, well, hopefully this recorded, and it shows I'm recording, and I'd love to see your comments on this, your ups and your new subscribers. And until next time.